Hey there, Agile Adventurer. Just a quick question. What if, for the price of a fancy coffee or half a pizza, you could unlock over 700 hours of the best Agile content on the planet? That's audio, video, e-courses, books, presentations, all that you can think of. But you can also join live calls with world-class practitioners and hang out in a flame war-free and AI slop-clean Slack with the sharpest minds in the game. Oh, and yes, you get direct access to me, Vasco, your Scrum Master Toolbox podcast. No, this is not a drill. It's the Scrum Master Toolbox membership. And it's your unfair advantage in the Agile world. So if you want to know more, go check out scrummastertoolbox.org/membership. That's scrummastertoolbox.org/membership. And check out all the goodies we have for you. Do it now. But if you're not doing it now, let's listen to the podcast. Hello, everybody. Welcome to one more week of the Scrum Master Toolbox podcast. And this week, joining us from beautiful Italy is Luca Cotta Ramusino. Hey, Luca, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Hello, Vasco.
A pleasure to have you. Luca is a passionate lean advocate with roots in the construction industry. And this whole week, we will explore some of the lessons that Luca got from his experience and applied later to the construction industry. He now guides teams through agile transformation, and he thrives on exploring uncharted territory and then helping clients navigate it with confidence. You can ask him about how lean and agile methods can unlock your team's potential in today's fast-paced and ever-evolving work environment. So, Luca, that was a short intro. For me, one of the things that I'm really curious about is how did you discover lean and agile for construction?
Okay. Originally, I started my work career in IT. I'm actually an electronics engineer and computer science. Those were my majors. But I moved into construction about 20 or so years ago. For me, construction is mostly about frustration, for lack of a better term. I remember being really frustrated with how different trades on the construction site were almost antagonizing one another, instead of collaborating. So different trades, when I say different trades, for those who are maybe not familiar with the term, think about a construction site. There's a crews doing the electrical work. There's crew doing the hot water and heating. There's crews doing the drywall and whatnot, the painting and finishing and doors and windows, okay? These are all different trades, as they are called. And I remember becoming increasingly frustrated with how ineffective collaboration methods were. And the end result for the customer was, well, most importantly, you did not get what you asked for, okay? That's number one. That's the most crucial. And then it was almost a given. Every construction project lasted more and cost more than you initially budgeted for. Okay, so it's not a good space to be in if you think about it.
So what you discovered is that somehow in the construction industry, the siloed thinking was very strong.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And
yes.
They had no conception. I mean, the people who were doing the different siloed specialties
had no conception of cross-silo collaboration, right?
Exactly. The one thing that I wish, well, I wish I'd known is only half the story. Is now the remaining half of the story is convincing your colleagues that this is important. I see construction crews focusing, sometimes almost obsessing, over the wrong problem. Okay, everyone is thinking about what they can do, but actually being able to complete work on site is not just about your abilities, your crew's abilities. It's having work ready for you to do. Okay, let's say you have to install overhead lighting on the third floor corridor. If there's still another crew working in that corridor, you're out of luck. So
what you're describing, if I get it right, is this understanding that although the crews might be very good at what they do, and they might have, all the necessary skills and experience and ability to coordinate work within themselves, the construction work itself is not a crew specific problem. It is a global problem, or you called it. It is about getting value to the customer. And the one of the challenges is how to get these different specialties to collaborate in a way that the customer is the one benefiting from their collaboration, and not that every crew can do their work quote unquote perfectly, but of course it might be much more expensive and much later than what the customer would consider acceptable.
And maybe you're solving the wrong problem. The thing is, so if you are let's say a drywall crew, those that put, drywall crew, nobody is doubting that you can hang drywall. Okay, that is your job and you are skilled at it. The point is that completing the work is not just about how good you are at hanging drywall, but it's just as important that you have the area to yourself so that you can perform work. Whereas if another crew is maybe late completing their work, then you have no access to the area. You can't do the work that you've been hired to do.
I find this story so metaphoric of what we see in software, and I'm sure you're familiar with this as well, right? Like when we have a crew of testers, for example, wanting to test a certain type of functionality, but maybe, let's say in the gaming industry, for example, maybe the developers have done the coding, but now the designers are messing about with the different aspects that need to be tweaked in order for the game to have the right feel. Maybe the musicians are still jamming on what could be a good tune for that particular scene, and the testers go in and the scene is changing all the time and they have no idea what the hell they should be testing. It sounds to me that you're almost giving us a metaphor for what is already happening in software today.
Well, in my presentation, I have this, side by side, two pictures, how you think you're working and what is actually going on. So how you think you're working is this beautiful, picture perfect workshop of a craftsman. Okay. So, and he is meticulously putting the finishing touches on this masterpiece. Okay. It's almost like a TV ad. And this is how you think you're working. because of course you take pride in what you do. Okay. So let's say you're an electrician, you take pride in your work, you're good at being an electrician. How you really work, and there's a picture of a crowded downtown African city, okay? You're not working in splendid isolation. You're working in a crowd, and what you're doing is only a tiny percent of what's going on globally. So 100 other people are doing 100 different things, and you should be aware of how these different things impact your work.
So let's we're getting close to this episode, the end of this episode. So let's translate this into a couple of takeaways. What have you discovered about helping these siloed experts and crews actively and productively collaborate on construction sites?
Well, the way I get buy-in is by showing the crews, but even the different tradesmen, what's in it for them, okay, rather than some theoretical benefit. Actually, the electrician can stop work at 4:30 because he's done. Not stay on site until 7:30 or 8 because he has to fix something that went wrong. So you get a large chunk of your life back by getting it right the first time around. You get a big chunk of your life back.
Yeah, and that's a great way to put it. And also,
and you don't have to come in on Saturday because you messed up on Friday. Okay, you get to spend time with your family, go fishing, or whatever your hobbies are.
It's amazing, Luca, because as I listen to you, I mean, if we take the translation and replace any construction-specific word with some computer-specific or computer science or IT-specific word, it would apply exactly the same. It's amazing, uncanny. So I'm really curious to explore all of the other stories this week with you. Luca, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Happy to help.
All right, I hope you liked this episode. But before you hit next episode, here's the deal. This podcast is powered by people like you, the members who wanted more than just inspiration. They wanted real tools and real connection to people who are practicing Agile every day. We're talking access to over 700 hours of Agile Gold, CTO level strategy talks, summit keynotes, live workshops, e-courses, deep dive interviews, books, and if you're into no estimates, we got the pioneers of no estimates in those deep dive interviews as well. Agile business intelligence, creating product visions, coaching your product owner courses, you name it. You'll get invites to monthly live Q&As with Agile pioneers and practitioners, plus a private Slack community, which is free of all of that AI slop you see everywhere, and of course, without the flame wars. It's a community of practitioners that want to learn and thrive together. It's the best place to connect with community and learn together. So if this podcast has helped you before, imagine what you will get from this podcast membership. So head on over to scrummastertoolbox.org/membership and join the community that's shaping the future of Agile. And we have so much for you. So check out all the details at scrummastertoolbox.org/membership, because listening is great, it's important, but doing it together, that's next level. I'll see you in the community Slack. We really hope you liked our show. And if you did, why not rate this podcast on Stitcher or iTunes? Share this podcast and let other Scrum Masters know about this valuable resource for their work. Remember that sharing is caring.